I will constantly practice the 6 parameters of giving, precepts, patience, diligence, concentration, and wisdom. For those undelivered sentient beings, let them be crossed over. For those already delivered, let them attain Buddhahood. I would rather firmly and gallantly seek the proper enlightenment than make offerings as boundless as Ganges sands to the sages. I wish to firmly remain in samadhi and constantly emit light to shine on all. I vow to attain a vast and pure land, and make its supreme adornment peerless. For those beings amidst the wheel of 6 realms, I wish that they can quickly obtain rebirth in my land and enjoy the bliss. I aspire to constantly employ compassion to help sentient beings, and to cross over countless beings in misery. The power of my vow and determination is adamant. Only the Buddha's unsurpassed wisdom can perceive them. Even amidst all kinds of sufferings, my vow will never regress. Chapter 5. Ceaseless cultivation with vigorous devotion and utmost sincerity. After monk Dhammakara spoke these verses, he addressed the Buddha and said, I wish to practice the Bodhisattva way, brought forth my mind for supreme enlightenment, vowed to attain Buddhahood, and aspire in every way to be like a Buddha. I entreat the Buddha to extensively proclaim to me the Sutras and Buddha Dharma. I will uphold and cultivate them accordingly. I will pull out all the roots of the ceaseless sufferings of birth and death, and promptly attain perfect complete enlightenment. I wish at the time when I become a Buddha, my wisdom and brightness, the land where I dwell, and the name of teacher Amitabha will be known everywhere in the 10 directions. All the gods, humans, flying and wriggling beings, whether they are reborn into my land, will become bodhisattvas. My vow will surpass all the other Buddha lands. Can I attain it? Lokisvara Buddha cited the Dharma treasure from the Sutras. If one tries to scoop up the water from the oceans through many kalpas, he can dry up the water and see the bottom. Likewise, if one is seeking the way with utmost sincerity and endless vigour, he will surely obtain fruition. What wish is there that he cannot fulfill? You should ponder well and determine which expedient way to cultivate and accomplish the adornment of the Buddha land. You should be aware how to cultivate accordingly and form the pure Buddha country. Dharma treasure responded, Such principles are vast and profound, it is not the state of my own can perceive. I entreat that thus come one with the request to be recognizable by all, to broadly proclaim and manifest to me the measureless wonderful lands of all the Buddhas. When I hear such dharmas, I will contemplate, practice, and determine to fulfill my vows. Lokisvara Buddha knew that Dharma treasure was superior and brilliant, and that his vows were profound and vast. The Buddha described to him the merits, virtues, adornment, and the replete and perfect appearances of all the 21 billion Buddha lands. He manifested all of them to him to satisfy his wish. It took hundreds of billions of years to proclaim such a Dharma. During that time, Dharma treasure heard and saw everything the Buddha had spoken. He then brought forth the supreme and unique vows. He contemplated over and over on the evil and good of the devas and humans, and the vastness and subtlety of all the lands. Finally he concentrated his mind, made the selection, and achieved the great vows. He forged ahead vigorously and searched diligently, and he respectfully and cautiously maintained the middle way. For 5 kalpas he cultivated the merits and virtues, thoroughly understood the meritorious adornment of the 21 billion Buddha lands, and concluded them into one. The Buddha land he gathered in surpassed all the others. When his land was formed, he went to see Lokisvara Buddha again. He revered the Buddha by touching the Buddha's feet with his head. He circled the Buddha 3 times, placed his palms together, stopped and spoke to the Buddha. World-honoured one, I have accomplished the pure conduct of adorning the Buddha land. The Buddha said, Excellent, now is the time for you to speak it all and to let living beings rejoice with you. You should also let the living beings hear such a Dharma and obtain great benefit. They should be able to practice the cultivation, gather themselves in your Buddha country, and fulfill the measureless great vows of Buddhas and those living beings. Chapter 6. The Initiation of the Great Vows. Dharma treasure said, I entreat the world-honoured one and the compassionate could listen to me and examine my sincerity. When I attain the Supreme Bodhi and accomplish the proper enlightenment, my Buddha land will be replete with inconceivably boundless merits, virtues, and adornment. There will be no existence of hell, hungry ghost, animal kingdom, flying and wriggling animals, and insects and the like. All living beings and those from the realm of Yamaraja and the 3 evil destinies will come to my land, receive my teaching and reformation, attain perfect complete enlightenment, and never again regress into the evil destinies. When such a vow is fulfilled, I will become a Buddha, otherwise I will not attain the supreme proper enlightenment. First vow, no bad realm in the Western Pure Land. Second vow, one will not regress into the bad realms. When I become a Buddha, I will help all living beings come to my land. They will have the same body colour of genuine gold and 32 marks of a great being. Their appearances will be majestic and pure, and all will have an identical look. If there is any difference in their countenance, appearance, or look, I will not attain the proper enlightenment. Third vow, all will have the same body colour of pure gold. Fourth vow, all will have the 32 marks of a great being. Fifth vow, all will have the same appearance. When I become a Buddha, all the living beings born in my country will spontaneously know the good and evil deeds done in the boundless kalpas of their past. They will all see and hear clearly the events of evolution of the 10 directions in the past, present and future. If such a vow is not fulfilled, I will not attain the proper enlightenment. Sixth vow, all will have the spiritual penetration of the recollection of past lives. Seventh vow, all will have the spiritual penetration of clairvoyance. Eighth vow, all will have the spiritual penetration of clairaudience. When I become a Buddha, all the living beings born in my country will obtain the wisdom of understanding the minds of others. If they cannot entirely know the mind consciousness of the beings in 100,000 billion Buddha lands, I will not attain the proper enlightenment. Ninth vow, all will have the spiritual penetration of understanding the minds of others. When I become a Buddha, all the living beings born in my country will obtain the powers of spiritual penetration, self-mastery and the parameter of nirvana. In a moment of thought, if they cannot pass 100,000 billion Buddha lands, travel over in their pilgrimage, and make offerings to all the Buddhas, I will not attain the proper enlightenment. 10th vow, all will have the spiritual penetration of physical feats. 11th vow, all will have the ability of making offerings to all Buddhas. When I become a Buddha, all the living beings born in my country will completely discard the mind of discrimination and have all their senses stilled. If they do not surely accomplish the proper enlightenment and certify to the great nirvana, I will not attain the proper enlightenment. 12th vow, all will obtain the proper enlightenment. When I become a Buddha, the brightness of my light will be measureless and shine through all the 10 directions. It will surpass the lights of all other Buddhas and excel the brightness of the sun and moon by billions of times. Any living being feeling my light shining on his body will be joyful and peaceful. He will have a compassionate heart and determined to do good deeds and come to my land. If it is not like this, I will not attain the proper enlightenment. 13th vow, all will have measureless light. 14th vow, all will be joyful and peaceful when shone on by Amitabha's light. When I become a Buddha, my lifespan will be limitless. The number of Shravakas in my land will be countless, and their lifespans will also be limitless. If all the living beings in the 3,000 great thousand world systems become Pratyeka Buddhas, and together they can count and continue to do so for a period of hundreds and thousands of kalpas, if they can count all the numbers, I will not attain the proper enlightenment. 15th vow, all will have limitless lifespan. 16th vow, the number of Shravakas in his Buddha land is incalculable. When I become a Buddha, if all the numberless Buddhas in the measureless Buddha countries of the 10 directions do not praise my name and proclaim the wholesomeness of the merits and virtues of my country, I will not attain the proper enlightenment. 17th vow, praises from all Buddhas. When I become a Buddha, all the living beings of the 10 directions, upon hearing my name, will bring forth their utter unwavering belief and joy. They will wholeheartedly transfer the merits of their good roots and aspire to be born into my land. If they are not born in my land, even with 10 sounds of recitation of my name, I will not attain the proper enlightenment, except those that have committed the 5 Avicii offences and slandered the proper dharmas. 18th vow, with 10 sincere recitations of the Buddha's name, one will surely be born into his land. When I become a Buddha, living beings of the 10 directions, upon hearing my name, will bring forth their Bodhi hearts, cultivate numerous merits and virtues, practice accordingly the 6 parameters, and firmly uphold them without regression. Moreover, they will transfer the merits of their good roots for rebirth into my land. They will be mindful of me single-mindedly, ceaselessly, day and night. At the end of their lives, I will appear before them and welcome them with the assembly of bodhisattvas. In an instant, they will be born into my Buddha country and become non-regressive bodhisattvas. If such a vow is not fulfilled, I will not attain the proper enlightenment. 19th vow. One will bring forth Bodhi resolve upon hearing Amitabha's name. 20th vow. Upon one's demise, Amitabha will come and guide one. When I become a Buddha, all the living beings of the 10 directions, upon hearing my name, will concentrate their minds on my country. They will bring forth their Bodhi minds and firmly uphold them without regression. They will plant numerous good roots, determined to transfer their merits with earnest sincerity, and aspire to be born into the land of ultimate bliss. All their wishes will be fulfilled. If one has committed evil faults in past lives, upon hearing my name, they will repent those faults, perform good deeds, uphold the precepts, and aspire to be born into my Buddha country. At the end of their lives, they will not fall back into the 3 evil destinies, and they will quickly be born into my land. If it is not like this, I will not attain the proper enlightenment.